Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender action. We're going to be returning to complete the remainder of the prologue. Saturday, December 10th. Last time we started this off, having the bar itself being set up to be booked up for the weekend by a bunch of corgis. So we're going to be continuing that. Let's see where that arc goes. Day 2 is serving dogs. Eddie. No. Cheer up. No. That attitude won't make things easier for yourself. Serving dogs won't ease things either. Have you heard anything from Gil? Nope. But he should be having fun wherever he is. Also, did you know we had darts? Yeah. I did. Why didn't you tell me? Because that's the kind of stuff you should just assume. A target board usually comes with a set of darts. Do you like darts, boss? Not particularly, but now I owe an apology to someone. I wonder how well off this barkeep is that they don't really keep track of the faculties of their own place, their own business abode. Anyway, call me if you need anything. Sure. Well then. Alright. Time to pick another 12 songs. And I believe last time we left off with Will You Remember Me? So, we're gonna go with the next 12. Down to With Renewed Hope, It's time to mix drinks and change lives. And we have a new face. A new human face. Oh hey, can I have a big beer, please? Thank God, a human. Sure, coming right up. Ready to make a big beer. As a reminder, the beer is going to be twice the ingredients, if it isn't already over 10 ingredients. Oh, I already started doubling the aldehyde, so... That makes 8. Alright. All mixed. Here you go. Thank you. May I ask, what do you do for these dogs, Miss, Beatrice, but everyone calls me Betty. And why do you need to know that? If you've been stuck with dogs all day, you'd be curious when a human walks in. Fair enough. I'm their veterinarian. They're all your clients? Yeah, company-issued vet. I mean, I have my own office, but it's in their building. So you're Betty the vet... Oh, cram it. Sorry, not in the mood for puns right now. I'll keep it in mind. Anything else I might need to avoid bringing up around you besides puns? Enhancements, but that's harder to shove into the conversation in the first place. Noted. We haven't really gotten much exposure to the idea of enhancements just yet, so I'm really curious to see, we'll see some more insight as to how that factors into this universe. What do you have against enhancements anyway? They're unnatural. They go against the very idea of human evolution. But there's a certain wall that But there's a certain wall that humans can't cross without enhancements. It's not like having something replaced will automatically make you an expert in things. If anything, getting an enhancement sets you back until you get used to it. Yeah, but it just makes things too easy on paper. Anyone with money can replace their body parts and call it a day. But you have a point. Skill doesn't ship with enhancements. At least, not yet. Sorry for the outburst. I have my story with enhancements. Oh, I don't mind. It's way more entertaining than serving drinks to talking dogs. Sorry. Speaking of which, that's my job right now. Do you want another drink? I'm fine for now. Call me if you need anything. Sure. Alright, so we kind of get our first more insight into enhancements. Something you don't really see too much with Cyberpunk kind of universes is enhancements. Not really automatically coming with the skill to use them. It's something I kind of appreciate. There's like a game that has that attention to detail, even if enhancements isn't really a particular subject of it. Hey, have you seen a red dot? I see many things in life, but a red dot? Not today, no. Do you have any red drinks? Red drinks? Yeah, the drink might know something. Right. A red drink. Well, off the top of my head, we know that there's one red drink called the Sugar Rush. There is also the Bleeding Jane, which I believe we've made for one person before. So, let's go ahead and try to make this drink first. So, Bronze Extract, 3 Power Delta, 3 Flannergeed, all blended. Say the name of this drink 3 times in front of a mirror, and you'll look like a fool. Spicy, classic, sobering. Here. Thanks. Okay, punk, hear me out. You're gonna tell me where that red dot went, or I'll drink you. I'm not bluffing. I'll drink you all up. Those damn Pomeranians, they think they can come and take our jobs. Excuse me? We've been getting some serious media attention because the company only hires corgis. Must be a slow news day. But you know what I say? It's good that we don't hire anyone else. We don't need any more racists ruining our workplace. Next thing you know, they'll be asking us to hire cats. Will another racist bring new skills to the company? Shut up. What do you know? Now give me a bad touch. Alright. A bad touch. With a bad dog. 2 Bronson Extracts, pair of Deltas, 4 Carbon Trains, and 2 Flanner. All on the rocks. Mixed. Racist dogs. What are the odds? Wait, if I can't tell the differences between them, does that make you racist too? Would it matter if you're racist against racists? Bartender, please stop boozing off, please. I need booze. I'm sorry, what can I get you? I'll have a Zen Star. Sure. That wants a Zen Star. 4 of each ingredient, all on the rocks, and mixed. Think something so balanced would actually taste nice. You'd be dead wrong. Here. Thank you. Something on your mind? We need to lend an ear. It's in the job description. Kind of. Alright then. So you mentioned the thing about talking dogs. I thought people throughout the ages have always dreamt about talking to animals. Never mind the fact we could always understand their body language. Now that we understand them, what do we find out? They're just furry, adorable little office workers. Actually, scratch that. I've yet to meet a furry office worker with half the charisma of these little guys. You've met furry office workers? I've seen my share of the world, bartender. It sounds like you're tired. It's fleas and tick season. I am tired. So you're tick. Don't you dare. Well, this whole free bar thing is nice though, I guess. It would have been nicer if we actually had time to get properly ready. What do you mean? I found out about the booking yesterday as I was getting ready. Did the client ask for something special? Was there something I needed to know about them? My boss didn't specify anything. All she said to me was, pretend it's like any other day. That was a screw on our end. Sorry. They were desperately looking for a place to celebrate. I was actually surprised to find out they got a place. Wildest in plans. Did they forget their anniversary or something? We found a place, but the Cardigans were the ones that hired it. Then some stupid argument arose, and the Cardigans decided they didn't want to have any Pembrokes at their party. I swear to God, these dogs are like annoying little suburban kids. Okay, that kind of runs a little bit contrary to the story that the no-name client told us, as we've kind of heard it more in the reverse circumstances. If we might recall, it was the Pembrokes that were blocking off the Cardigans. Although they did indicate that there was some kind of disagreement there, and I suppose this is where that kind of ferments. What are these Cardigans I keep hearing about? Oh, just another kind of corgi, except with different fur colors and a slightly different attitude. Oh, this is so silly. I've seen dogs play with cats, dogs play with other dogs, and dogs mating with dogs twice their size. Well, that's what happens when you have dogs mimicking their owners. I mean, that's the reason they're in a bar in the first place. But I guess the media focus on Pembrokes probably didn't help. Well, if you'll ask me, if you'll excuse me, I have dogs too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, do your job, don't mind me. Tortilla Pope. Hey, buddy. Hello. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You? I am. Whoa, thanks, buddy. What can I serve you? Well, a big sunshine cloud would be nice. Come right up. Big sunshine cloud. Rocks. Yeah, we'll go ahead and add some extra karma treats since they are a good boy. Blending it. Tastes like old chocolate milk with its good smell intact. Some say it tastes like caramel too. Bitter, girly, soft. Here. Aw, ain't you a cutie? Doopty doopty poo. Woof. You know what I hate, man? What do you hate, dog? Cabbages, man. They are like lettuces that decide to go to the gym. They think they are a big deal because their leaves are harder. Guess what? I don't like them. Calm down, dog. Do you want anything? For cabbages to not exist. I meant to drink. Oh, I'll have a big grizzly temple then. I can do that. Dog was a big grizzly temple. You know, I feel like in a way I can kind of agree. Maybe not for that reason, but I definitely don't really care as much for cabbages compared to other green veggies. I'm more of a spinach and kale kind of guy. He wanted this big, if I recall correctly. All blended. This one's kind of unbearable. It's mostly for fans of the movie it was used in. Here you go. Chill out for a bit, dog. Thanks, man. Bartender. Yeah? Do you have anything sweet? We're talking about drinks, right? Oh, you hit gold me. If that's how you want to see it, let me see what I can get you. And make it big. Do you like them big, Miss Betty? It's not the size, but how you sell it. Gourmet food exists for that sole purpose. Wise words. She wants a big sweet drink. Well, now we have an excuse to use the flavor tab. And there are a couple different reasons that we could use here. I think a Moonblast might be... Actually, where are the thematic drinks here? Sparkle Star, Blue Fairy, Brandini, Piano Woman. Well, let's go with... I haven't really made the Blue Fairy before, at least I don't recall. Flannergeed. And we're gonna go ahead and add some extra Karmatrine. All aged and mixed. One of these will make all your teeth turn blue. Hope you brush them well. Here. Thanks. You know, I'm curious. What's the weirdest client you've ever gotten? I won't be able to tell you. There are many different kinds of weird. Pick the first one that comes to mind. Well, there was this one guy that spent 30 minutes arguing with himself before ordering. That's not that weird. He came in wearing a Velociraptor mask and wouldn't stop screaming. He left humming Moonlight Sonata afterwards. Oh. Yeah, that's weird. At least he left a nice tip. Speaking of anecdotes, can I ask what's your story with the enhancements? Why the interest? Because it seems like a personal thing. It doesn't sound like it's a question of ethics. And honestly, I'm really bored. Sure, I can entertain you a bit. Back when I was a college freshman, some friends of mine decided to get their hands enhanced. It was around the time we all started practicing surgery. They just wanted to bypass all the practice needed. And so they hired a shady character who would supposedly hook them up. I only talked one of them out of it. The others went off with the guy and got their hands chopped off. This is one of those stories that ends badly, I'm guessing. Yeah, 4 girls underwent the shady surgical procedure. 2 lost their hands, 1 was left an arthritic mess, and the last died on the operation table. So yeah, I'm not too fond of enhancements. Especially if they're taking an effort to avoid effort. This culture of become better automatically with enhancements really gets on my nerves. That story sounds so familiar. Did that shady guy have a bleached mustache and tattooed black eyebrows? He also talked using electrolytics. You've seen him? No, but I remember news about the police catching someone who was performing illegal surgeries. Never thought I'd meet someone affected by him. It's a small world, isn't it? Well, I guess I gotta check on the dogs to see if they're fine. Sure, I'll keep serving the booze. Thanks for sharing that story. Yeah. Hey man, you ever felt like time is moving too fast? Tonight I'm feeling like it's not moving by fast enough. Lucky you. Well, they say that if time feels like it's going by too fast, you're having a good time. What can I serve you? Or a bad touch? Go right up. Another bad touch enjoyer. Seems to be a popular drink. On the rocks. And next. Here you go. Have a good time out there. Maybe you're right. Thanks. I guess I should talk a little bit about that previous conversation with Betty. So, we kind of don't really have much insight as to what the overall situation is for how easy it is for someone to get enhancements, but I'm assuming a full 100% fail rate kind of means that it is quite difficult to get them, at least for someone in a very baseline affordable range, as a college student. I wonder if we'll get to see more people with enhancements as we play along. Bartender. 1 Brandtini, please. Sure. I need a Brandtini. 6 out of hide. 3 powder delta. 1 Carmatrine. All aged and mixed. I remember the prototype, this drink was much harder to make. It was supposed to be this whole complex thing. Now with this one, it's much more easier. It's just a very sweet drink. 8 out of 10 smug assholes would recommend it, but they're too busy being smug assholes. Sweet, classy, happy. Here. Excuse me, the beer mat's dirty. Sorry, I'll change it. Nah, leave it like that. It already ruined the Brandtini anyway. Hey, bartender. Bartender. Barter. Tar. Bender. I wonder if we added too much Carmatrine to the drink. Your job has a funny name. You don't say. You're a cute bartender. I swear I could just eat you up. Please don't. When did you get drunk? I've been a little dizzy for a while now, but it just properly kicked in. Also, some of the dogs invited me over for a drink, except I'm not drunk. Right. Can you give me a small brandini? I will definitely pay you money. But you don't have to pay me. Oh, will you really buy me that drink? You're so lovely. Yeah, let's leave it at that. She wants a brandini, a normal one. Alright. Garnituring. All aged and mixed. Here. Shucks, this is smaller than I thought. You're in no position to drink anything more than that thimbleful. Maybe you're right. Hey, what made you become a veterinarian? I love animals. They're so cute, so funny, so huggable. And I want to keep them happy. That's why I became a veterinarian. It's not always easy, but the knowledge that I've helped these cute, cuddly, squishy animals lets me sleep like a baby at night. Lovely. Speaking of love, have you ever been in love, Randbert? Haven't we all been in love at some point in our lives? Why? I need advice and you look like a nice person. Sure, thanks. Actually, it's about someone who's really focused on his job, so I figured you'd understand. I see. Still, what do you need to know? How do you get the attention of someone like that? Of someone that's so hyper-focused on something he disregards everything else. Taking interest in whatever he's obsessed with is a good start, but there's really no science to this. Make him feel loved and special, just like you would with anyone else. You sure? He's like really, really, really obsessed. If he's a decent member of society? Yeah, I see no problem with that. I hope you're right. I'm fresh off a breakup and I seriously need a hug. Oh yeah, how do I fix the fact it's a guy? Beg your pardon? I'm not into guys, but this here is a guy. What do I do? Right, need to serve dogs. Sorry. No need. We're leaving. Already? Don't worry, we'll come back tomorrow. Right. Thank you, dog. I mean, God! Dog, damn it. Done for the day, I'm guessing. Yeah. You might want to get some insecticide or something to make sure we're not full of fleas. What does the health inspector think of this stunt? The health inspector is too afraid to come to this part of the city, so I'll assume he's fine with it. Right. Say, boss, you look tense. Really? Weird. So I'll call it a day here. Thank you for your hard work. Alright. Now moving on to the next day. So, we had a bit of a nice friend there. That's a Blue Stinger reference right there. Hassie. You'll love to see it. So, we kind of had some extra context towards the, our human clients, and it seems that they're coming back tomorrow. I wonder if we'll also get to see the no-name as well for this part of the prologue. It also seemed that our bartender owner was tense, but didn't seem to want to talk about it. So, hopefully it doesn't really mean anything, but I guess we'll see. Good evening. You look bummed, boss. Starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis in our bar. Why wouldn't I be sad? Maybe because starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis at the bar? I wonder if the Shiba Appreciation Society might be interested in booking us. One problem at a time, boss. Wait, I know someone from the Pomeranian Development Institute. One problem at a time. Still, you've been tense ever since Friday. Are you worried about Gil or something? Trust me, of all my worries, Gil is the least of them. Put on some music and enjoy the day, won't you? Right. Time to select our next 12 songs. With renewed hope. And look at that, it even trails off where we last left off. I'm always so bad at navigating these. Reminisce. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Bartender, we meet again. Oh, Miss Betty. Hello. And Mr. Corky Lover. Call me Deal. Deal? Deal? Deal. Wipe that satisfied look off your faces, you two. What can I serve you today? I'll have a beer. I'm not the designated driver today, so give me a fringe weaver. Alright, coming right up. I need one fringe weaver and one beer. So, I guess we'll start with the fringe weaver. Aged and mixed. And then we have our second slot that opened up. So, for the event that we're serving multiple clients at once, one Adelhyde, 2 Bronson extract, 1 powder delta, 2 Flannergeeds, and 4 Carmatrine. All mixed. Here. Thanks. Thank you. You seem distracted. Has having so many dogs finally got to you? No. Well... yeah, but it's not that. My boss has been acting weird since Friday. Weird how? Romantic weird? Drug addict weird? Let's hope nobody finds the body in the fridge weird? For starters, there's the fact she only told me we were being booked moments before we opened. Plus, she seems completely distracted or lost in her thoughts. Like you. Worse. Oh. She's not being herself, and that makes me wonder if something's going on. Like what? Do you run a human trafficking ring in the basement? No, we don't have a license for that. Oh, well, part of my job. Can I ask you something about your job? Sure. I've always been curious. What does the BTC need in their bartenders? What do you need to study? They train you from scratch, so you don't have to study anything beforehand. What does the training involve? It's a lot of etiquette and regulation work. Most of our time, though, is actually spent in simulations. Simulations? Different scenarios involving different chemical hazards, that sort of thing. They want you to be able to respond to every possible situation that might come up involving your ingredients. I mean, the chances for failure are really slim, but it's better to not take those chances. I see. I'll be back with you guys in a bit. I must attend to the other clients. Dogs. That. Oh, sure. They're chasing me, man. Uh-oh. The cabbages, man. The goddamn cabbages. They are everywhere. They're out for my rump. Never mind. Can I get you anything to calm down? A big blue fairy would be nice. Okay, then. This dog wants a big blue fairy. 8 Adelhyde. 2 Flannergeed. And let's give him slightly extra Carmatrine. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. Very nice of you. Something the matter? Nothing a drink can't solve. I'm not sure about that, but it's hardly much out to preach sobriety. What do you want? Give me a gut punch. Okay. This is a person that's very down on their luck. You know what? I think for the sake of... I'm just gonna go really light on the Carmatrine. Aged and mixed. Here you are. Thanks. Hey, you ever felt guilty for being born the wrong race? The what now? I've just been hearing so much about how we're racist. I'm wondering... Are you racist? Not really. Do you feel like other Corgis might be? Definitely. I mean... Then why worry? It's not like they're calling you racist. You shouldn't take generalizations personally. You might be right. Yeah, you should have seen the cutie I saw yesterday on the way home. She looked like a cat boomer. She was wearing a mini dress and had this prosthetic eye. No, I thought you were against people using prosthetics. I'm not against cute, though. Besides, I'm not against prosthetics. I'm only against enhancements. No, I don't see a difference between the two. Alright, let me put it this way. If you lost an arm and replaced it with a mechanical arm that does exactly what the older one did, I'm okay with it. But if you lost your arm and replaced it with a gun-loaded super arm from hell, that's something I'm not okay with. Even worse is if you decided to replace your arm because of fashion or a whim or to get better at some sport. That's completely not cool. That's the difference between a prosthetic and an enhancement. Replacement versus enhancement. I'm of a similar opinion about Lilum replacing their factory parts for kicks. If you think that's going to be an easy way of getting better at something, you're in for a bad surprise. Well, I can see why you think that, but what suggested to you that she had wasn't an enhancement? If she had a bad eyesight, wouldn't that count as an enhancement, even if it fixes it? How does reparative work factor into your ideologies? They might be enhancements, but they also replace something faulty. Well, damn it, stop making sense, you piece of scrap. You're weakening my resolve. Seems, Betty is not quite good at getting any of the pushback on this type of philosophy. And that's a pretty good point from Deal. How do you, reconcile restorative work? Especially since some people's eyesight may be, you know, especially if let's say the enhancement itself, like, pushes you to, like, the peak of human, component, which most humans probably wouldn't be able to get just on a statistical average. Having fun? Oh, bartender, that was fast. There seem to be less dogs out today, at least dogs that want to drink. Yeah, some of them ate their tickets. Lovely, I'll be the one dealing with that later. Say, what's your take on the whole enhancement discussion, bartender? My mom had a saying, anyone can make a chandelier out of their asses. Which somehow means your body, your choices. If they're not hurting anyone, I don't see the point in hating them. See, Betty? Hey, I didn't say I automatically hate anyone who has an enhancement. Me being against something isn't the same as me being against someone. I'm not some 12-year-old blindingly hating someone because of something like that. Maybe you should practice what you preach. What does that mean? I fear retaliation, so I'm not saying another word. Are you two gonna order anything? I'm fine right now. She's drinking mine, actually. Alright, call if you need anything else. Sure. Let's see. Ow! So much for avoiding retaliation. You're not gonna believe me. I was in the bathroom, and this other dog was looking at me from the top of the sink. You mean the mirror? No, another dog. I see. What can I serve you? You're not gonna do anything about the other dog on the top of the sink? I'm sure he doesn't want to hurt anybody. Don't worry. I hope you're right. Well, I want something really sweet. Come right up. Pup wants something sweet. We're gonna refer back to her sweet profile. I'm inclined to go with the Piano Woman, just because it has quite a bit of Adelheid, and it's different from the Brantini. Let's go with the Moon Blast, since we haven't really done that one in a bit. Power Delta, 2 Karmatrine, on the rocks, and blended. Here you go. Thanks. Please think about the thing with the other dog on top of the sink. I will. Don't worry. Well then. That was quick. Like I said, there aren't too many dogs today. When I heard someone booked us for 3 days, I expected more of an attendance. While you were gone, this fella here said that the Bleeding Jane is better than a pile driver. Please, prove me. All I'm saying is that I don't see the point in drinks that feel more like a kick in the mouth than a beverage. What do you think, bartender? Do you think there's any point in discussing non-alcoholic drinks in a bar? In my opinion, people who order bad touch always make me giggle like an idiot, though. That's not an opinion, that's a statement. Oh well, please oversee the pile drivers or Bleeding Janes. We'll let you decide which one is better. Coming right up. Pile driver and or Bleeding Jane. 2 of any of those. Well, if I had to go based on the flavors themselves, Pile driver's in the bitter section and has 3 Bronson extract. Bleeding Jane is a spicy drink. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll do one of each. We'll start with seeing what the outcome is when we pick one, and then we'll pivot over to the other one. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All blended. No fighting this way, right? Well, you're quite the softie. Just kidding. Wise choice. No complaints here. How did you two end up discussing that? Well, it started when I told this guy I wasn't as crazy about the idea of working just for corgis. Why do you like corgis? They're cute and fluffy and funny, and they just, like, make you smile. Tell me one interesting thing about them. Legends say they were created by a fairy and that their breed was raised to fight dragons. You have to be kidding. No, actually I heard that one too. Really. Still, I can't see why you're so tired of them. Don't know, maybe because I only ever deal with them at their worst. You've only seen them in their happy state. I'm the one running feces samples and unclogging their sphincters if they eat their owner's dental floss. I might be their veterinarian, but they treat me more like a mom and not in a good way. It's like being a gynecologist. After a while, you stop seeing boobs and vaginas. Instead, all you see are issues you must fix. At least they're cute issues. Depends. A gynecologist can't pick clients by age or preference. I was talking about your job. Oh yeah, that too. Still, I don't think it's too much so much that I'm tired of them. It's I'm tired of you being so obsessed with them. I'm not obsessed. I'm passionate. You sleep with a corky plushie and have a wall dedicated to photos you've taken of the company. I'm really passionate? Too much passion can become an issue, you know. Speaking of issues, did you talk with the directors about the whole cardigan conflict? I was going to do that tomorrow when they're all together. But I still don't see why I should be the one doing it. For starters, they don't take me too seriously. Understandable. I don't take you seriously either. I mean, in the end, they're still dogs. They need someone with a strong, commanding voice. Are you saying I have a naggy voice? No, not your voice, just your entire demeanor. So I have a naggy demeanor. I'm assuming you two are talking about the whole race conflict. Yeah, this is hurting them more than they think. The company might actually collapse at this rate. Which is terrible, because a couple of these dogs' families are dependent on their paycheck. Doesn't that count as unethical and unusual treatment of animals? It has kind of occurred to me that it is kind of a little bit odd that dogs are kind of getting employment and theoretically kicking back checks to the families. It's a bit of a legal gray area. The dogs are doing it willingly after all. And even if they weren't doing it willingly, the dogs aren't actually being mistreated or exploited. In fact, the company's pretty relaxed. Speaking of relaxed, how's your arrogant doing? He's fine, still complaining about his back, still unwilling to take his medicine. He says he's not that weak. Who's this arrogant guy? My guardian. I passed the test years ago, but I couldn't leave him. That's actually commonplace, isn't it? Little being unable to leave their guardians because they feel too much like family. Alright, we're gonna be getting some lore on these Lilum. Now, to be fair, people get attached to many things. Some get obsessed with inanimate objects. My grandpa loved his car more than any of his sons. The one whose will left all his earthly possessions to his car, right? Yeah, that one. Ouch. How do you become a Lilum's guardian? You fill a form at the Artificial Intelligence Council. Then they do a background check. If they deem you useful, they'll give you authorization. You're given a week's notice before they give you all the data about the Lilum you'll be taken care of. You'll have to watch over it until it can pass the different personality tests. If the Lilum wants to stay with you after that, that's your problem. So it's like adoption and the lottery all rolled into one. They do that to diversify the possible outcomes. Two Lilum can be of the same model, but they'll grow differently depending on their guardians. What if something happens to the guardian? A new guardian can appeal to the council, stating they're more fit for the position than the original. This happens when a guardian has become unavailable in some way, or because you can back up claims of neglect or mistreatment. You spit out all that information like it's hot-coded in you. I worked in that department for some time before coming to the STC. It's almost a reflex. Are you interested in becoming a guardian, bartender? I don't know. I'm just a nerd when it comes to AIs in general. The money they give you for it is not that great, though. I see. Well, time to check on the dogs. So we kind of get some interesting insight that people kind of adopt these AIs and raise them essentially until they begin to become productive adults. I wonder if there's ever like any kind of accountability for, well, I guess that's accounted for in the personality tests, but I wonder what they do with Lilum that grow up to a certain point and don't pass the test. Listen here, punk. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a punk. It's just, I was chasing my tail, and now I'm too hyper to control myself. Sorry. Just give me anything. Alright. The dog wants anything. I wonder if it's safe to give him something sweet. You know we're gonna give him something sweet. This is good, very good, very good, very good. Huh. No, see, I can see the value of other dog races. Like Pomeranians, those are nice, but they aren't corgis. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, remember that cute girl from yesterday I mentioned earlier? Yeah. The white knight that was with her? She wasn't half bad either. I mean, it was obvious that a tapestry of muscles was hidden under her armor. I prefer more delicate looking girls, though. You can appreciate how something looks, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily your thing. And you, bartender. Me... what? Which dog race do you prefer? That's not the question I was expecting. Not much of a dog person, actually. Do you have any pets? A cat named Foray, yeah. He's just a stray I rescued. Do you like rescuing girls, too? I'm sure I should be making a witty retort right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Man, I've always thought that the rescue fantasy was universal. Why call it 4? 4 is the Lilum I met some time ago with that. Never mind. Pretty lame name if you ask me. Better than calling it Assad. I bet when you and 4 play, it's quite the sight, eh? Deal. He's so lively, sometimes I fear foreshadows my presence entirely. Do you guys want to lose consciousness that much? You really need to calm down with the whole pun-hating stuff, Betty. But to move away from this whole foreground, what is the rescue fantasy you mentioned before? You know, the one where wayward, dangerous souls redeem themselves through the power of love? The bad boy who turns away a life of crime. The drug addict girl who lives on the streets and turned tricks until she found a good man worth changing for. It's corny romance cliches 101. Well, you're the one with a shelf full of old lady romance novels. I'll trust you on this. Hey, Fabio the 13th is a national treasure. You don't even like guys. Why do you read all those novels? They let you put yourself in the place of the main character quite easily. Even if said main character is a muscular man? I see no problem. Just, what is your self-image? If I can ask something else, what is it? Why do you hate puns so much? Many people cringe at puns, you know? Yeah, but you react like you have a vendetta against them. They made me feel stupid. What? When I was a kid, everyone in my house had a penchant for making puns at the drop of a hat. I was the only one who couldn't get them. Years later, I finally got them, and they weren't that funny. They made me feel stupid. All in the name of some terrible joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. I've said this so many times I might as well just make a recording, but you need to chill out, Betty. I am chill now. Just because I complain about stuff doesn't mean I'm not relaxed. I'm not sure that's how it works. Trust me, when I'm tense and angry, you'll know it. I feared the thought. Anyway, I'll go check on the dogs. I'm supposed to be their doctor, and they are being suspiciously quiet. Careful. You want anything else? I'll have a bloom line, actually. Make that 2, please. Sure. He asked for 2 bloom lights. So, we've kind of got, like, some interesting insight that Betty apparently had a very difficult time with puns. Aged on the rocks and mixed. Oh, and just for a record, we can go back to the slot and reset it if things work, so we don't have to worry about having to, like, lose track. Here. Thanks. Say, you two seem to get along quite well. Well, when you're the only sentient humanoids in the entire company, it kinda happens. Sentient. We have a couple of test mannequins and cardboard cutouts, so... I see. Seems there's more to it than just that, though. I mean, even if you two are the only ones of your kind, you can still hate each other. Well, I guess I'm one of the few that can stand Betty. She's a really nice person, but she doesn't sugarcoat things. Yeah, I can see that. You should see her treating those dogs. She becomes so patient and understanding, even if it's only for a little while. The dogs don't call her Mom to mock her. Can dogs mock people? I don't know. Even if it's only for a little while. You were eavesdropping? So you can say nice things once in a while. You say it like I'm the aggressive one here. It's nice hearing people say good things about you once in a while, you know? You should take your own advice. Maybe some other time. I'm not a hug box. Anything happened? A dog in the bathroom got angry at its reflection in the mirror and charged into it. Luckily, nothing bad happened. It just made a dog very confused. How the hell did they get on top of the sinks? They're surprisingly agile with those stubby little legs. Oh yeah, I heard you this. Thanks. By the way, Betty, how's Veronica? We broke up last month. What? Well, things were not going so well. We got too used to one another. Everything was starting to become routine. We decided to break up before things got bitter. Why didn't you tell me that before? Why? Did you want to return at the Berrymobile? I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to trouble you. And after a while, it stopped feeling like it was something relevant to say. Please don't do that again. Try trusting me. No, you're right. You know what bothers me? The fact that asking after someone's health always feels like you're walking on a floor full of glass shards. There's always this chance that the other person is not okay or even dead. And what started as a legitimately fun moment can go sour. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for not trusting you, you piece of scrap. Don't worry. I understand why you did it. Hey, now that I think about it, you sure hang out with us a lot, Bartender. Well, dogs can only be so interesting. Besides, there haven't been as many dogs today. Is my presence unwanted? Not at all, especially since you're the one bringing the booze. You're like those cab drivers that like to chat all the way, but you smell better than most of them. Thank you. Funny thing is, so we are unofficially associated with a local taxi line. They're the ones that send drunkards to their homes. You seem to really like talking to your clients, like it's the best part of your job or something. It kinda is. And I used to sit around in crowded places like malls or bars and think to myself, each and every person here has a story. It's a humbling experience. Everyone has dreams, fears, and loved ones. If you dig deep enough, you'll realize that the gap between two random people isn't as big as you think it is. In fact, it's quite small. And in this job, you get to hear all kinds of stories. Some people just blurt it all out, some do while drunk. To know that no matter how similar they might seem at first glance, no two people are alike, it's fascinating. You can be a powerful information broker with all that knowledge. Nah, not interested. I like to see myself more as a friendly ear rather than someone you need to be wary of. I guess there's still decent folks out there. I'm not decent? You're critically obsessed with dogs. I'll go check if there's any other dogs who want something. Sure. Go ahead. Quick! A beer! Okay. You want something? Anything. He's also in a hurry. Alright, let's go. Here. Thanks. Now. Boom. And why did you break the glass? I made breakfast. Get it? Because you made the drink fast, and I broke it, and... Go. Tough crowd. Suddenly I understand the hate for puns. Hey, Bat Render. Yeah? Your job has a funny name. You don't say. How is she already drunk? She drank way less than she did last night. Yeah, but she drank a bottle before coming here. Why? I wish I knew. It's an example for alcohol tolerance, though. Bartender, I want to make a toast to my good friend the robot here. Probably the only person, robot, thing that can stand my yapping for more than half an hour. Without him, my job would be 5 times more boring, and my life 2 times more meaningless. Cheers! You're not holding a drink. Then give me one, Ben Trader. Isn't it your job? I need a beer. She wants a big beer. Alright, cheers. I said cheese. Cheers. Cheers. Good. Everyone's sober and a sweetheart when drunk. It seems like she's been like this since her university years. You make it sound like those were a decade ago. I can understand liking the taste of alcohol, but what's so good about getting drunk? First of all, I'm not drunk. You're too happy. I'm a happy person. When drunk. Anyway, it's something you just can't explain. You just like it. Your body needs it. Craves it. That's called being an alcoholic. I prefer the term alcohol enthusiast. Anyway, humans actively look for things that make them feel lightheaded. Why else would they leave some poison and potentially poisonous foods, like that weird balloonfish thing? Why would they eat spicy food or drink fermented milk? Seriously, how crazy does someone need to be to say, hey, let's eat this and see what happens? Worse yet, they've even found medicine among all that junk. The one that invented penicillin was probably the worst of them all. Fair enough, but let's see proof that you're drunk. If you were sober, you would just say, hell if I know. Silly robot. Now that I think about it, what kind of robot are you? Lilum. Lilum always sounds too feminine. Okay then, what manner of piece of scrap are you? You don't know? Never cared, but now I'm curious. Oh, well, you won't remember it tomorrow. I'm a DTO-1D, a social development robot. Is that like the DFC-72s? No. DFC-72 is designed to be physically human as possible, in order to blend in with humans better. My line is more tailored for resilience. We are workable. Why must you be cursed to only one destiny from the moment you were born? You can do whatever you want, silly robot. Follow your dreams. I know. I'm already doing it. Being created or hardwired for one duty means you're more adept at certain things. Giving robots freedom of choice? That's the whole purpose of the EDN law. Yeah, but you know, you say you're resilient, but you don't look the part. True, I never upgraded my muscles, but I can stand up to 200 degrees Celsius without breaking a sweat. Lum can sweat. Cooling agents, yes. No matter, you're still special to me no matter what kind of robot you are. Lilum. No matter what piece of shit you are. Speaking of special, how come it isn't legal to marry a dog yet? Excuse me, what? If humans are allowed to marry robots, Lilum, they should be able to marry dogs, too. Abtrender. That's me, I think. This guy here wants to bang a dog. Mock him. Excuse me? I do not. I was just saying that if humans are allowed to marry Lilum, why shouldn't they be able to marry animals? Because first of all, they're not humanoids. What about monkeys, then? And now you want to bang a monkey? I do not. And second of all, dogs, just like many other animals, can't give you consent. But look at these dogs. Sure, they have the cognitive abilities of 7-year-olds, but they can talk, drink booze, and argue. So now you want to bang a 7-year-old. We have a regular here who would be delighted to hear that. Stop it. Remember, Lilum human marriages were only sanctioned after Lilum achieved full sentience. And even then, they used marriage as a way to evolve the collective source. Besides, dogs don't really love us that way. Trying to apply human ideas like marriage to a dog is like trying to feed vegetables to a carnivore. You get me? Says the ex-vegetarian. Why are you only so smart when drunk? I'm not drunk. But anyways, if you want to screw a dog with chimp, go ahead. Just don't bring marriage or infants into the whole deal. But if you even start thinking about doing the horizontal mambo with a 7-year-old, please seek some mental help. But I don't want to bang dogs, or monkeys, or 7-year-olds. Oh, thank God. Then why did you suddenly start talking about dog-human marriage? It's just, I was thinking about all these dogs in tuxedos, and I started picturing a dog in a bridal dress. I mean, just try and picture that. And I'm the drunk one. Wait, I'm not drunk, why would I say that? Then again, when you get drunk, you only get dizzy. Do you have a limit? As in a limit to how much you can drink before passing out? No, I just get disoriented to the point I'm effectively useless. But I never pass out. Maybe if I passed out, I wouldn't have to deal with all the shit that next follows. I always have to wait at least 24 hours before the effects pass. One has to wonder why they gave all these human flaws to Lilum. I read something about that. It said that by giving Lilum the same kind of weaknesses humans have, they would develop the same way humans do. So that's why they also bite their lips randomly when eating. It seems like it. But it makes me wonder, what exactly how anatomically correct are you? That's something I know, and you don't. Have you want anything else to drink? Yeah, I want... Nothing. You're drunk enough as is. You're not my dad, you can't tell me what I can or can't do. Beatrice Albert, stop drinking right now. Yes, Mom. Now, go sleep in the car, we're almost done here. But Mom... Go. Bye, Bartender. Bye, Miss Betty. It actually worked. If I didn't know she wouldn't remember anything tomorrow, I'd be afraid of retaliation. Although, I'm curious, why do you call her Miss Betty? That makes her sound like a teacher or something. Etiquette? I don't know. There's also something about her that makes it feel right to call her that. Maybe it's the forehead. I see. Well, I gotta get things ready, if you'll excuse me. Good luck. Hey, we're closing. Damn it. Well, everyone's safe in a cab. We are taking our leave, bartender. Thank you for providing such great service on such short notice. That's my job. You were interesting too? Well, thank you. I'll make sure to tell all our associates about the wonders of this place. Thank you, and please come again. We sure will. Send my regards to Miss Betty. Gladly. See you later then. Bye. All done? Yep. Seems like we got some new regulars. Yeah, it'd be nice if they came back, or they were still here when they wanted to come back. You've been acting weird all weekend, boss. Are you okay? I am, but the bar is not. What do you mean? Well, I guess you have the right to know. The BTC sent me a message on Friday. Valhalla hasn't bringing in much income these last few months, which means that we are at risk of being wiped off the map. And that is the end of the prologue. So, that pretty much sets off the starting circumstances for the rest of the bar itself. It seems the Valhalla bar is in danger of being taken off, being closed down. And our main protagonists themselves is at risk of losing their job to boot. So, when we get back next time, we'll be playing into the main story and getting some insight as to how that will go down. Until next time.